the man. He's the president of Judicial Watch. Kind enough to join us on the program. Hey, Tom, we so appreciate when you join us, man. Thank you so much. A good morning to you, my friend.
Hey, good to be with you again, Joe. Thank you.
Well, thanks for fighting. As I said earlier, God, it gets so frustrating. I see what's happening in Washington, and we all shake our heads, Tom Fitton, and we go, what are we going to do? You actually do something about it, and God bless you for that, man. Now, Hunter Biden, it's like, what? I can't believe it. When I'm watching the interview, and you listen, and I feel for him, but he looks like he's being enabled by the mainstream media, enabled because he was indeed an addict. I mean, what are we going to do about his ties to China and his father's ties to China? Are they bought and sold? And what is Judicial Watch doing about it, Tom, if we may?
Well, we're doing our own independent investigation, but the question is the Justice Department, Joe, which is already investigating Biden, who's been protecting him but investigating him in theory, are they going to follow the rules and appoint a special counsel, meaning someone who they bring in from the outside, who's independent of Merrick Garland and other Bush appointees at the Justice Department, to investigate Hunter Biden, the president's son? You know, he's admitted, in addition to accidentally smoking Parmesan cheese, he's essentially admitted that the laptop is probably his. You know, he pretends maybe it was stolen, whatever, but he doesn't deny it. And, on that laptop, reportedly, and other documents and testimony or evidence shows, not only was he involved in shady dealings with Ukraine and China and such, but it benefited his father. And so there's no way the Justice Department can investigate Hunter Biden without investigating his father or asking questions about his father. And that's why we need a special counsel. You may recall 4 years ago, we had a special counsel about 3 minutes after Trump was elected. Here we have an ongoing investigation into a son that began before Biden was elected. And still, this corrupt city pretends nothing's happening. And there's been zero pressure for a special counsel other than from Judicial Watch.
It's so true, Tom Fitton. What about Bobulinski? Where's this guy Bobulinski? He seems so credible. That just went away, Tom. It just went away. I mean, you think that is the DOJ maybe talking to him by chance?
Maybe, but I think the FBI may have already talked to him. But he's implicated Joe Biden, directly in Hunter Biden's business schemes, showing that Joe Biden, certainly providing evidence Joe Biden isn't telling the truth about his involvement. This is why we have the special counsel regulation. The regulation is if people think that the Justice Department can't fairly administer an investigation because of an appearance of a conflict of interest, you appoint a special counsel. Does anyone think that there's not an appearance of a conflict of interest to have Joe Biden's direct reports, such as Attorney General Garland, run an investigation? Of course not.
And here, Hunter Biden with Ukraine, and then with it seems like his dad's just protecting him. And you know what's bothersome, Tom Fitton, if I may, and you know this better because you're down there. It's like they just have this. I was saying they have an allowance. They feel like, well, this is my privilege to be able to do this as a politician. I could take all this ancillary money in from the outside because this is what I do, and I could see it in Joe Biden's face. It's like they don't know that they're doing anything wrong. Am I right? It's just the way things are run in the swamp. Yes.
Oh yeah. I mean, a family members benefiting from the office of the politician. That's obviously something that happens all the time. Yeah. In the case of Biden, though, it was more direct. The evidence was more direct, and when you have foreign governments giving money to the son or daughter of a vice president, in the case of Joe Biden at the time, that's bribery too. That's potential bribery, too. I don't need to give money to you, Joe. I can give money to your spouse. I can give money to your children. I can give money to family members and take care of you directly through that regard, by that process. That's as much of bribery as giving you a check yourself.
Yeah. How you feeling about Merrick Garland, the AG, Tom Fitton? What are your feelings about this guy?
I think he's going to be a weak attorney general. We're already seeing that with his failure to appoint a special counsel. I didn't think he was as sharp as I was expecting at his hearing, and he just mouthed left-wing platitudes. The question is, who's going to be around him? There are some real radicals that that Biden is putting forward to be his number two and other top deputies, which they make AOC seem like sensible in some regards.
Oh, man. Tom Fitton, we look to you. Tom's president of Judicial Watch, kind enough to join us this morning. We look to you when you get out there, you say, I'm bringing a lawsuit, and we go and we cheer you on because it's what we want to do. Where's Durham? Where's this guy in Connecticut? I was at the dentist yesterday, and he's a good guy, my dentist, and he goes, where's this Durham guy? I don't know. I go, Tom Fitton's on the show tomorrow. I'll ask him. What happened with that, and will that just plain go away?
I think it's going to go away. I think we're going to get another report, but who knows? Maybe there'll be another prosecution or two. The first prosecution wasn't all that great. It was a low-level, relatively speaking, a low-level official in the FBI.
Yeah.
But it confirmed there was criminal activity with the targeting of Trump and his team. So Durham's a big fail in many regards, and we don't need another report. We need prosecutions.
Yeah, it's so true. Tom, before we let you go, sir, there are now allegations of sexual abuse in a San Antonio facility housing border children. Will Judicial Watch conduct an investigation into these allegations?
Oh, we're already down there. We're already down in the border. We have investigators down there this week. It's no surprise. This happened during the Obama administration. When you've got out-of-control border, it enables and encourages criminal activity associated with human trafficking, which always involves sexual abuse. Biden's responsible.
Yeah. And is that an impeachable offense, do you think, Tom?
When a president refuses to enforce the law and destroys our border, it is potentially impeachable. We learned during Trump, impeachment is what the majority of the House wants to do. And if the majority of the House wanted to impeach Biden, they'd be well within their rights, given his assault on immigration law, an assault we haven't seen in a generation.
Tom Fitton is the man, president of Judicial Watch. Tom, thanks for the fight, and thanks for always taking the time to join us. We really, you give us some hope there, Tom, and we appreciate that very much, my friend.
You're welcome, Joe. Thank you.
Thank you. Tom Fitton right there, president of Judicial Watch, fighting the fight for you.
Thanks for tuning in. Be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel to catch all the latest news from Judicial Watch.